You're listening to Parasearch UK Radio. News, views and reviews from the world of the paranormal from across the UK and beyond. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and the World Wide Web. Parasearch UK Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by presenters and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Parasearch UK Radio or its affiliates and sponsors. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the Great Paranormal Debate with hosts Kerry and Paul on Parasearch UK Radio.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Great Paranormal Debate. I'm one of the hosts, Paul Rook, and I'm joined tonight by Kerry Ann. Hello, Kerry.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? I'm so much better now. How are you?
I'm better. We had a sickness bug hit this house,
dear.
like the plague. And
dear.
we're all recovering now, though.
Okay, that's good.
If ever I was to ever believe in a zombie apocalypse, it would be then. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Genuinely, I thought we died. But, no, here we are. Either that or it is the zombie apocalypse. And I just realised.
That's it. I mean, well, we are under contract, so for this life and the next. So even if you die, don't get out of it.
Yeah. I mean, and theoretically speaking, it could happen.
Of course it could. With the right drugs.
So, who knows.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
indeed.
Other than that, I'm absolutely fine.
Good, all good, absolutely. Right, so then, the big questions for today. What's going on? What's happening in the world? And zombie apocalypse?
Well, no zombie apocalypse other than what happened in my home, and we're good to go. If, like I said, if this is what's happening, it's absolutely fine. No one has anything to worry about.
Yeah.
And we've not gone for brains yet, so
Okay.
But last week, me and Kerry Greenaway, we spoke about the new haunted museum that's opened in the UK.
That's with Neil Packer, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
So,
I know Neil. I've spoken to him a few times. Good bloke.
I bet you have. Of course you have.
Yes, on one other well-known show.
Yeah. Are you best friends?
We are, absolutely. He invited us down to the press launch, but unfortunately I couldn't make it.
Oh, it looks amazing, and some of the artifacts and the bits and pieces they have there is really fascinating. And not just that, I'll tell you what I really liked about the concept is it isn't just about going and have a look at some haunted, objects. You go there, you meet people, almost like a man's club for the paranormal. Like we're all going to sit in our little smoker's jacket and pipes and sit around amongst haunted things and talk about haunted stuff.
Absolutely.
I hope it's like the meeting of minds.
It is, and I think when he was describing it to me, it was almost like he set up his research centre so that if he's got an artefact that I'm particularly interested, for example, in, I could actually go there and research and sit with the item and do experiments with it without actually taking it away from the museum. Which
is fantastic because it opens up the field of research even more so. Because with it being paranormal, it's very limited and very subjective. So having it in such an open forum, it changes that, becomes very objective, and other people participate. You might not really get in contact with. I mean, seriously though, if there's ever a time to do the Phillips experiment, now is the time in that place.
Yes.
If it isn't happening, it needs to be. There needs to be a little room where it doesn't even have to be the same people, which will make it even more interesting.
Yeah.
It'd just be like each week, you have the opportunity to join in with that experiment, like a mass Phillips experiment.
Absolutely, why not? I'm sure we could put it to him. We'll bring him onto the show.
I will make a note here, Paul. We're we're the opposite. Do you know when they say you got all the gear but no ideas?
Yeah.
All the ideas, and they don't
Love
go
the
anywhere.
gear.
Every Friday we come off with a great project, like a fantastic project, and we're like, yeah, that'll be that.
Well, maybe we can get Neil Packer on 1 week. I'm sure he'd agree. I
Yeah,
could do that. We could do that.
amazing.
Get him on.
Yes, I think we should. But moving forward from that, but only a little bit because I want to talk about it. There's an article which me and you discussed earlier, and I'm going to share the link if it opens up into the chat room so everyone can have a look themselves. So this is about Philip Schofield.
Yeah, I watched that video.
I did as well. I mean, I don't know, but it's still really.
I couldn't help but laugh so hard at that.
Really?
People really believe it.
Well, it seems to be.
It was quite easily him getting up out of the chair, and because he's got black shoes on, you couldn't really define them against his black trousers.
But then, are you saying that he kind of sits awkwardly with one leg up behind the other?
No. Have you actually seen the video?
I have, but I feel like I haven't now, the way you're talking about it.
Okay, basically, he gets up off the chair, and because the foot plate is so high, he lifts one leg over the foot plate, and then he lifts his other leg over. But because of the angle of the camera, his foot's still there. You could quite clearly see it, but it's not clearly defined, if that makes sense. So when you freeze frame it at that second, it does look like he hasn't got no leg. But if you just play it, it is literally a split second because he's lifted his leg up, it down again. But when his leg's up, it's in front of his black trousers. So it's still... Do you know what I mean? It's sort of camouflaged. But
well, let's talk a little bit about the article. And the reason why we were talking about the museum is actually because these pieces had come from the museum. It says, Philip Schofield's leg appears to have been amputated after sitting in a haunted wheelchair on this morning. Yesterday's show, Phil 55, I love the fact that it put his age in there, and co-host Holly, oh jeez, Holly, I can't
Holly Willoughby.
Yes. That's not the first time we said that, is it? Chatted to a paranormal investigator, Neil Packer, about a series of items, including the wheelchair. Neil went on to say, the investigator claimed the wheelchair was haunted hundreds of wounded soldiers, and added, I sat in it and felt like my left leg had been amputated. So, it's fitting, showing he wasn't scared. Philip, who is a known skeptic of anything paranormal, went and sat in a chair and wound up Holly by pulling a scared face. He joked, I feel like perfectly normal. And then as you look, I mean, yeah, you can. But then, I suppose, I don't know.
No, it doesn't disappear or anything like that. It stays there. It is literally just a split second. I mean, if you take a freeze frame picture of someone walking on the street, if you get it right at the right second, it actually appears like you're floating. It's not that at all. It's like rubbish. His leg didn't disappear.
It's a great photo, and you know what? It's great publicity as well for
absolutely
Neil and his museum, because you got to think of the timing on this. The viewers have obviously are being vigilant for some paranormal activity going on in this morning, so you got to think it can only do good.
And I think all it is just someone's freeze framed it and thought, oh look, it don't look like he's got his leg there, and thought it'd be funny, and it's just gone viral from there. But I mean, as you said, the publicity is blinding for the museum.
Oh god, yeah. Well, just to be on this morning, that's amazing. But to have that happen. So, what is your opinion on haunted objects? We done the experiment a couple of weeks ago, which was a great experiment. You disappeared completely. That experiment was amazing.
Yeah,
the other one where we was trying to get people to pick the haunted object, if any. what is your opinion on haunted objects, and do you think that
I don't think. I think it's more of attachments rather than the object is haunted.
Attachment of what?
Of energy. If say for example, I don't know. I mean, these days all the kids are attached to their phones. So in like 150,000 years, if their phone still exists, maybe their energy is still going to be connected to that phone.
But that's the assumption that there is such thing as this. So do you believe that haunted objects are real?
It's sort of, yeah, in a way, because I don't think that an object is going to be haunted. I think it's just the energy is connected to it, so it's an attachment as opposed to a haunting as such. More like a visitation type thing.
So I understand, like, in regards to I see again, like, in things like, now this is just my opinion on my experience, so everyone might be, someone might not necessarily agree with what I'm saying.
No,
but in regards
it's rubbish.
To transfiguration, when someone does transfiguration, people assume that it is the spirit taking over the body, but it isn't. It's that the fact that the energy is becoming so close to that person's energy that it's able to manipulate it.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily, I'm not going to say I don't think it exists, because I don't know. I can't prove to you it doesn't exist. But what I can say is my belief is that rather than a object being possessed, I do believe that objects can have energy that's so close to them that it's able to manipulate them in different ways. But could a wheelchair, disappear a leg?
No, because it didn't. Quite frankly, it didn't.
I would love to. Do you know what? It would be amazing to be able to get Neil's opinion on it.
Do you know what? Right? It would be more believable if it had actually amputated his leg, and as he got up, he fell flat on his face.
Yeah,
that would have been funny.
It was scary for him. He sat down with 2 legs and got up with 1.
Yeah, indeed.
That would be scary. But yeah, so okay, so you're calling not true on that one.
No, it's not.
I think I agree with you. I think I do agree with you.
Yeah.
But keeping in with the theme of things caught and I have done this week. I've kind of looked for things. My kind of thing is trying to look for dash cams.
Okay.
I think about things that are caught on dash cams. I don't know why. I don't know whether I somehow feel that possibly they're not as easy to manipulate as anything else because of the car moving so quickly. So I tried to look and I found one. But the other couple of things that I found are really questionable. Really questionable. My favourite one. Let's do my favourite one. So the train. Did you watch this?
I did see the train, Mum.
What the hell? What the actual? I can't even. I'm not gonna lie. I just can't even with this one.
Well, I mean, I didn't actually get to see the video, but I'm wondering because it just didn't play on my computer for some reason. That one. I was wondering whether or not there was actually a train further down the platform.
What, in the projection?
No, because I used to work for the railway, so some of their CCTV cameras have like a case in a box, and they've got a clear perspex front to them, so the camera can see through it, obviously. So I was wondering whether it was actually a reflection of the train further down.
It does look like an actual, like a translucent train.
Yeah, so I was wondering whether or not it was a reflection, and then shortly after the train pulled in. But because obviously I couldn't see the video, I wasn't sure.
No, I mean, I'll read it to you. It says, unbelievable. A whole ghost train caught on CCTV pulling into platform. Staggering alleged CCTV footage, which appears to show a ghostly train pulling into platform, has gone viral. The historic footage was said to have been recorded this month at a railway station in China. So it goes on to say that the video description reads, when the station crew were watching the surveillance cameras, they noticed this ghost train pull up into the station and stop as if it was picking up passengers before leaving. And then goes on further to say, they suggest we have a soul that lives on after we die and could somehow be trapped in this world as an energy. There appears to be no explanation as to why material objects such as trains or ships would continue their journey as ghostly after being destroyed. So this I find quite interesting. So you do often hear about ghost ships and ghost trains.
Yeah.
So, and it does. So, I mean, it's plausible. What you're saying is plausible, but to actually watch the video, if there isn't to not knowing how the station is laid out, you can't really give much kind of you couldn't give an explanation anyway, but to give some type of explanation, you'd have to know what the facility looks like.
Absolutely. And was there any train derailments that killed all the passengers?
Is there a platform further down that a train could have stopped at, which then would have shown the way you're suggesting? If that platform,
see, because even the trains in the UK sometimes, I mean, it depends on how long the cars are, because you've got a 4 carriage, an 8 carriage, and a 12. So, and they all stop at different points on the platform. So sometimes they'll be right up the full length of the platform, and other times they'll just be like half of the platform. So it all does depend, but I think that to me looks like a reflection off of some perspex on the front of the camera. But without actually looking at the video and stuff, you can't be sure. I mean, if a train did actually start pulling away shortly after that image disappeared, then I would have said that it's a safe bet that it was a reflection.
Yeah, but then again, you need to be able to see the full kind of layout of the station to be able to do that. I mean, that's the one thing I'll say is quite frustrating about doing this type of show, like this show in particular, in regards to what we're looking at and discussing. It only gives us a small window into what's being captured, and a lot of the time, these things are portrayed and manipulated in a way to verify the point that's being made. So it's quite difficult, isn't it?
It is. I mean, especially, I mean, we are getting, like, as you said, a small slice of what's going on. So without actually being able to look into it further, it's just a guessing game, really.
So what is your opinion on ghost boats and ghost trains and stuff like that? I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know. I've not researched into this kind of area, so I wouldn't know what would cause it, other than the stone tape theory and the fact that boats.
See, I think it'd be based on the stone tape theory, if it is genuine. Simply because the train, as such, wouldn't have a soul, because it's man-made metallics and electricity and all that sort of stuff. Although, it'd still have an energy pattern, I suppose.
But that being said, if you take the concept of different kind of, so if you, for example, you get a car, you instantly refer to the car as a he or she. You give the car a name. You start building that car an identity. People name boats. They name ships.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that it hasn't got what's it? The self. I can't remember what the word.
I know what you're saying regarding it. Like, for example, like a person. That has So
self-awareness. Self-awareness. That's what I was thinking of.
So what if it isn't the boat? What if it's the people or the spirits that are within the boat or the ship or the train?
See, but then that's possible. So then you've got to look at whether or not on the history of that line, has there been a derailment? If there hasn't, then why is there a spirit on that line of a train? It really wouldn't make sense. It'd be totally illogical while any spirit of a train would be on a line that hasn't ever had a derailment of some kind.
Problem. Yeah.
You know, so you'd have to look at the whole picture, I would have thought, to be able to come up with any logical theories.
And again, like us, it's you only getting a small insight to it, and there's lots of possible plausible explanations for these things. But there's a lot of reason, a lot of kind of evidence to suggest otherwise, which is the bane of doing what we do.
Absolutely, but it's a good fun, isn't it? Eh?
I know we wouldn't be here otherwise.
Exactly, and it's good fun to look at it, have theories, and then prove ourselves wrong.
Oh, what a life we lead! I have no regrets. I have
No,
no
I
regret
don't.
of it. But no, I do find it quite interesting. I think that's something that we could look in further in regards to ships and that kind of, is it that, or is it the souls that are within that manifest that? Are they
Yeah,
just carrying on with their everyday duties, and it's because of that is then shown?
indeed.
Does that make sense? Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
of course it does.
Okay.
Absolutely
Yeah.
just.
But I will say, that when I watched this train one, I was like, what is going on? I saw it
Mm.
on my phone, like, no way.
It,
No way.
it's certainly an interesting one, even if we can put logical reasoning behind it, like the whole image, the reflection.
Mm.
But it is just an example of some of the reports of paranormal activity we get daily. Sometimes people don't realise what it actually is, or overlook things.
Yeah,
And it isn't until you can safely say, yeah, that's reflection. Then they're going to think,
yeah,
well, okay, it's unexplained. But I posted something today on Facebook because someone was talking about um, the EMF readings. At what point would you class something paranormal? And people were
yeah,
saying, oh yeah, if it's reading above 5, then it could be paranormal. But then I commented underneath and I just said, look, you got to understand the piece of equipment that you're using. That is designed to pick up electric magnetic fields. So
yeah,
whatever the reading, no matter how big or small, it's picking up a magnetic field. So you've got to understand what a magnetic field is there doing. Is it,
yeah,
is it the fact that you're up against a wall and there's electrics behind it, or are you in the middle of a field and you're getting unexplained readings? But just because you're getting a hit and you can't explain it, it doesn't mean that it is paranormal. Because
yeah.
if
It's
you
not
can't
that it's done
explain
it.
it,
Yeah,
then I don't know. You could show a paranormal investigator that's been doing this for 25 years, and he might have seen that before, and then they can say, "Well, actually, this is what it is." So he's just,
yeah,
explained it for you. So it's sort of lack of experience sometimes that
yeah.
people
And
jump to the paranormal explanations.
it is, and I think as well, we're always learning. We never stop learning. There's always new theories and
Absolutely.
concepts that are coming out there. And equipment, I mean, it's so vast. Equipment, people are developing equipment and, dare I say, apps constantly. There's always
Well, yeah,
something
you
new
say
coming
you
out.
say that, but okay, there are a lot of things out there, gadgets that we can use. But over time I've found that more and more investigators are using less and less equipment.
Yes, I mean, I think again, I've said this since day one. Like stripping back to Harry Price.
Yeah, indeed. I'm all in favour of just going to a location that's reportedly haunted, and just sitting there with no voice recorder, no gadgets, nothing, and just sitting there and basking in the atmosphere. And if anything's going to happen, bring it on. That
Yeah,
and I've just had so many personal experiences just through that,
yeah,
and that's what I started this for. I wanted to, start the paranormal journey, experiencing the paranormal, and that's exactly what I've been doing with no gadgets or anything. And I've had loads of activity going on around me that I can't explain. And as time goes on, sometimes I can put an explanation to it, other times not. And I'm still trying to learn more and more as time goes on. So, I'm still getting all this activity around me at locations. Um, is it paranormal? I don't know, but
no,
it's an experience, certainly.
definitely, I agree.
Hmm. So as for the train, I think it's a reflection.
Long story short, we just got on the
Yeah.
21 bus.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I think I agree. I do agree with you. I just think it brings up a very interesting topic which I haven't given much thought to, and that is the apparitions of ghost vehicles. I haven't ever really thought about ghost ships and ghost trains before, and that's what I found quite interesting about this, because it brought a new aspect of the paranormal that I
Yeah.
hadn't given any consideration to. Do I
Yeah.
think it's not true though? Yeah, I mean, it is so definitive. Like, the image is so clear. There is no way that is the image of a train, and it's so new as well. It's like a steam train. No, it's not an
Yeah.
old one. It's just like a normal train.
I mean, for centuries, people have reported ghost trains. Mainly the lights on the front of the old steam trains
Yeah,
get reported quite
yeah,
a lot. Um,
yeah.
you don't tend. I've not heard of many aeroplanes, although at Ruffin Towers you can still hear the engines of planes start up. I've
So,
heard
would
that
you
one.
even notice? Would you even notice the ghost plane?
No, exactly. Maybe that's why they're not reported, because then they might have been seen and assumed to be real. I don't know, but cars as well. You get reports of cars.
Yeah,
Maybe not ghosts, but I've seen like a few CCTV footages of cars disappearing in the middle of roundabouts and things.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's almost like they're going into portals of some kind. But I don't really hold much faith in those ones, to be fair.
No. Well, that's enough about trains and boats and ghost
Yeah,
things.
planes, trains, and automobiles.
Scary automobiles.
That was a good
We
film.
have we have another article which we found,
Okay.
and I found quite interesting, because the way the apparition appears, if that, or should I say, the alleged apparition appears. So the article actually reads, for an proof of an afterlife, ghosts of a young boy filmed under stairway in creepy footage. Paranormal experts have been left gobsmacked by CCTV footage that some claim appear to have captured the spirit of a young boy. An eerie video released on YouTube shows a white form moving around from underneath the staircase. According to the video shared on Paranormal Channel, The Hidden Underbelly 2.0, a man decided to record the activity after spotting it on the surveillance camera at work. He then uploaded the groupie? Jeez. So what I'm thinking about. Then he uploaded the creepy encounter to his YouTube page entitled Ghost Boy Under the Stairs. Unique. I wouldn't have created.
Yeah, I'd
But
actually watched this video, and
are you
no, I'm
managed
not
to...
convinced one little bit. It looked more like Casper, the friendly ghost,
It's really weird.
and as it moved, it jerked around. So I was
Yeah.
wondering whether or not it was actually a bug on the
Oh,
camera.
no, I don't think it was a bug. Just because of the shape of things. Don't get me wrong. I completely get the because of the weird shape. It's like I don't know how to explain it. But I don't necessarily believe it's a bug. And I watched it. And again, the thing is as well, you've got to remember, he's recording it from the TV onto his phone. So if the
Okay.
phone's not a very good phone, it might not be picking things up as quick as they're going. So it could
Yeah.
create that kind of jerking kind of what he's experiencing in that film.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. I
It
don't know.
it doesn't
Could it be
look it doesn't
a
look genuine
reflection of
to me.
light?
No, no. It was literally a it was like a cotton wool consistency, wasn't it? It wasn't actually see through.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
But
No.
it was very much in the shape of a Casper type ghost,
Yeah, it was really
and
strange.
I
And
can't think that any ghost would want to be that shape. If he was
and
going
also,
to be, if he was going to be a spirit, it's going to be a spirit of something that you would recognise,
but I
not
mean,
not something like that.
Why did it naturally go to its boy, a young child? Why would that be the first place? Other than if there's history there already, then maybe.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
the second,
security guards are very well known for telling ghost stories anyway, about their locations to new security staff. I've had that experience myself. I used to work for a security, and they took me down to, it was a Safeways depot where they used to
alright,
store all the stuff before it went out to their shops. And
yeah,
there was a office block in there, and they used to scientifically test some of their products to make sure they're safe. When I first joined, they said, "Oh yeah, it's animal testing." It wasn't. It wasn't animal testing, but they told me it was animal testing, so I had to be careful with the animals in there. But there weren't any animals, so that's fine. And then they told me a ghost story on the second floor, and they'd have security guards followed by a mist, basically, of a person,
yeah.
as they're doing their rounds and stuff. But yeah, I'd never experienced anything in there. I mean, there was heavy atmosphere, don't get me wrong, but was it haunted? I very much doubt that. So I do know that security guards get told all sorts of stories.
So you don't necessarily believe this one's true?
No, definitely not. It's just, I don't know, maybe he's just mucking about with a cotton wool ball for the day.
Do you know what? I don't think we've given a very good explanation of possible, what it could possibly be. I don't.
But I don't. Without actually being the security guard that done it, I don't know what it could be. But I can tell you that it's not a ghost, because it's not resembling anything that I would recognise.
Mm.
I mean, if you go to anyone that's been haunted, a ghost will show themselves, if they are haunting, as a recognisable shape.
Yeah.
Or recognisable form.
Well, like an orb.
No, not like an orb. No. A recognisable form. No, orbs are rubbish. No. Discount them 100%.
I know. I was just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. Mixing stuff up.
No, it'd be a full-blooded apparition of a person. They don't show themselves as half a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man floating around in the. No, they don't do that. Not happening.
No.
No.
Okay. I believe you. Okay. So that's enough for Ghost Boy. So I thought we'd bring it quite. I mean, we've spoken about this current location a few times. But I found a article on Cornwall Live, and it's regarding the the haunted Jamaica Inn.
Yep.
In Cornwall. So it says poltergeist caught dropping phone on CCTV at Cornwall's haunted Jamaica Inn. So, it's just, yeah. So the poltergeist has been caught on CCTV dropping a wall phone on one of Cornwall's most haunted places, and there is no rational explanation. The suspect ghost made the phone fall off its base, and the spooky episode can be seen in video. A ghost hunting group shared with Cornwall Live. Now, so basically, the phone fell off the wall.
Right. Okay. Was anyone near it?
Well, I don't know what happened before there or after, because I wasn't there. But I mean, see, I live in a flat and I have an intercom.
Yeah.
And the times that I've not put it on properly, and it will just it won't just like fall off by itself. It's hard for a phone to just fall off because it clicks on.
Yeah.
But you don't know whether someone's just used that, whether it got knocked and it was just like vibrations from outside. You don't know. So I don't know if it's on a main road.
The Jamaica Inn is on a is sort of not far from a main road, but they're still quite a distance away from the road. I've been there quite a few times, so yeah, I do know about the place.
So what do you think? So so this is perfect. So you know the layout, so you'll know where that phone is from that video. You know. So what would your explanation be? Knowing that location. For the last, I don't know how many episodes we've done of this, we've said we don't really know the location or the area. We've only seen a snippet of it. So we can't really give
Well, Yeah, I've got a rough idea where the phone is, but
Mm.
I didn't really pay much attention to it. So I'm wondering whether or not it's got a coil wire from the handset to the actual phone device, because sometimes, again, if that gets twisted up and you put the phone down, sometimes that untwisting can be enough force to pull it off.
Possibly.
So
Really out
again,
there.
it's something that you'd have to go and look at the actual device and investigate that way. Look at the
Okay.
evidence, look at what happened first of all, and then go to the actual device and test it. See what force is going to be applied to make it, the receiver fall off.
Okay. Plausible.
Yeah. So there you
I
go.
don't know. That's really out there, Paul.
It's not, because you can, if you twist the wire up so much that it can pull the receiver off.
I'm gonna
Again,
prove it.
it depends on the phone as well, really, I suppose.
Oh,
But
okay. Well, I'm gonna go and because I've got the same on my wall.
oh,
I'm
right,
gonna go
okay,
and I'm gonna twist it out and I'm gonna film it and we're gonna see if it pops off.
okay.
But then I can't give a reasonable explanation either, so I'd explore yours. Not bring anything to the table, so it'd just be a case of me going, no, that don't work, and then me going, but I don't know what will.
But then, okay, well, in that case, I mean, if you've got the same sort of phone, then you can test that theory. I
I'm
mean,
definitely so.
how many times have you put that receiver down and it's fallen off straight
Never,
away? You've never done that.
never.
You've always
The only
hooked
time
it
I'll do
properly.
it is if I put it on and then if I like put it on and then catch it with my finger, when I move my hand away, I can then lift it up and off by accident. Or if I'm walking past it and I hit it with my shoulder, that's the only way that the phone ever falls off. It never just randomly falls off.
Okay, well,
Now,
again,
knowing
that's a
my luck
possibility.
tonight, I'll be in bed tonight
Yeah, but
and then just flip off.
that's a possibility that actually happened in the video as well. I've not actually seen the video.
Oh, I send you these.
I
You
know,
love
but it depends on whether or not my
right.
computer wants to work at the time.
So I will say as well, it says that the incident happened in Jamaica Inn, one of Cornwall's most haunted places, on Bodmin Moor. And it says 8 days before Halloween at 10:50, the eerie entity manifested itself. It says it picked up and dropped the wall phone in one room and no one was there. Sorry, it said
Okay.
we caught it on a HD camera. The CCTV is crystal clear, and I'm not gonna lie, it is.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I've got my own views about the inn anyway, and I don't think it's as haunted as many people say it is.
That's for another show.
Well, no, again, it's just my opinion, and I would love to go down there and do an investigation with the team that runs it. And again, we've done a show on it on my other show, and we've been asked to go down. So at some stage, we will be doing an investigation down there. So it'd be really interesting to see whether or not we can get anything. But every time I have been there, it's always been a quite nice atmosphere.
All right, okay.
And I mean, okay, it was during the day, so sometimes these sort of places take on a whole new level at night. So it'd be interesting to find out. I'm keeping an open mind, but I've never experienced anything down there at all. The times I've been there. But it is a fascinating place to go to, and just because I said that I don't experience anything, it doesn't mean there isn't anything there. And I think everyone should definitely go and have a look. Just to be in the atmosphere of the place, it's an amazing location, and the history to it is absolutely phenomenal.
Well, talking about the history of a location, I found another article. Moving swiftly on, I found another article, and this is really fascinating. It says eerie footage captures paranormal activity inside a World War II plane, haunted by a ghost of a female co-pilot. It says Tony Ferguson, 33, claims photographs through his camera across the cabin of the plane before the spirit appeared as a white angel's feather. A fitness coach claims to have captured paranormal activity on camera inside World War II plane believed to be haunted by the ghost of a female co-pilot. Said Tony left freaked out after he claimed photographs through his camera across the cabin of the plane before the spirit appeared as a white angel's feather. In the first of the two spine-tingling videos, the 33-year-old asked whether it's haunted the former military seaplane to make itself known before a series of loud bang echoes through the empty cabin. I would love to investigate this place.
Yeah, it does sound interesting, and it said it was a World War II plane, didn't it? Did they have women? Did they have many women pilots then?
Well, they would have, right? Because I love this. I've been researching women in World War II, and women really were. This was the beginning of the wave of feminism that kind of brought in the rights that we have now, equal pay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, I use that term very loosely, but again, another show. But
somebody else's show, maybe.
Yes. Okay. But this is the time where our men was fighting in another country, so women were really kind of stepped up to the plate and would work in the factories and would work at home. But they also trained in America, especially, as female pilots, and that was that support. So yes, they were around, and it's quite fascinating. So obviously, like girl power and all that jazz, because you know what I'm like.
See, because I knew that women stepped up and made like the bullets and things like that. In there's like the Woolwich Arsenal. A lot of women were serving there, making all the bullets and stuff for the ammo.
Yeah, we were the backbone of this country. Women really stepped up to the plate, and we actually showed you men what for. And we were really
well, I think it was a joint effort. To be fair, let's say that.
You know that song, "It's a Man World."
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think that we would have won without the assistance of the women.
Of women,
because I mean, they would have run out of bullets, wouldn't they? To be fair.
Oh, jeez. You're going to go tell me to make you a sandwich now, are you? What's going to go on?
No, it was a joint effort, and I'm sure all the women done really well. Obviously, they did because we won. But it was a joint effort
as well. With women, they were going over. They were like taking fishermen boats from places like Southend-on-Sea and going over to Dunkirk. And bringing the men over from Dunkirk back to our land, back to England.
Yep, I know. There was. I actually see the movie of Dunkirk. Yeah. And all the men on the beaches and that being attacked, and there was like they sent loads of civilian ships and boats over. Yes,
I mean, sisters are really doing it for themselves. I'm not going to lie. So, yes, there was definitely female pilots. And, I mean, this actually says that it's... So, personal trainer Tony was so intrigued by his horror movie encounter in October 2017, they returned to the short flying boat, the centrepiece at Southampton's Solent Sky Museum this month. So, it's in the UK as well, Paul.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
We should go.
We should, absolutely, and watch this space.
Yeah, because I would love to see if she's there. I mean,
one of our team members. I don't know whether it's Southampton docks or whether it's Portsmouth docks. He works at one of those in the security, and he was telling me today that they've got activity going on, and they may actually want someone to come in and look and do a report on it. So with my team, got myself and two others have all been security checked by government services already. So we could possibly end up with that as a job.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well done.
So I'm looking forward to that if that does come in.
That would be fantastic. We have to keep us posted on your show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Joking, I want to hear all about it.
I'm sure you will after the event, obviously.
Yeah, of course. So we have 10 minutes left. So I will tell you, we have one more article. It says proof of ghost. Eerie phantom man caught by dash cam. Oh, God, I love dash cam. So basically, I watched this, and it's based in China, and you have someone going along, and they're standing on not the intersection. I don't drive, so I don't know what it is. That bit of concrete that separates the two lanes that go either direction. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was a person, and they're beep 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 as they go past, and this person is just standing between. Now they're saying that this is a ghostly character. Is it proof of ghost? Phantom man caught by dash cam on motorway central reservation. That's what it's called. A footage which appears to show a ghostly apparition on the motorway central reservation has gone viral online. The video is caught by a driver's dash cam. Shows a figure appears as a vehicle passes.
Okay.
It's interesting.
In the footage, did they actually circle the person?
No, you don't need to. It's like there blatantly.
Okay, cool. Because I don't believe in them red hula hoops.
No.
No.
I'm quite partial to one.
No. If anyone has to circle something paranormal with a red hula hoop, it's not real. It's rubbish.
How am I meant to see the paranormal stuff then if they don't point it out to me?
It should be quite blatant. It should be right there in your face. No, you don't need subtitles either. Plants ideas.
I want to know what they say it's saying.
No, make your own mind up.
How? Without that kind of influence that's needed.
No, it's a load of rubbish.
But it's not too bad. This video is quite interesting. The thing is that I like to see the thing that. Do you remember the one that we spoke about with the man that was sitting in the middle of the road?
Yeah.
And that was like a big nope, and they kind of started in reverse. And genuinely, it could have just been a man sitting in the middle of the road. It didn't get close enough. There was nothing to suggest that was a ghost.
Yeah, but when they pulled away, it slowly disappeared. So I think it was something painted on the road or something. An optical illusion.
Or it just was, as they got closer, the lights like eliminated that person. As they pulled away, it went back into darkness again. That's all that was. I think it was like the apparition appearing and disappearing. It's just the light was reflecting on it. But with this, you genuinely see, but then they say dash cam, it's filming in front of them, but then they film behind them as well, and it's still there. So I don't know, and it's definitely there. I don't think it's a ghost. I think genuinely someone just standing in the road.
I was going to say, I mean, people that notice these sort of things, could it actually have been someone standing in the road?
Yeah, genuinely, I think that's what this is.
Then that's probably what it'd be.
There. Yeah, I mean,
people always shout ghosts so many times for things that can be explained.
I was looking for some dash cam action, that's all.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to find me some dash cam excitement. And but it wasn't. It didn't. No. It's just. It is just that. It is a man standing in the middle of the road.
That's it. There you go. Debunked. It is actually a man standing in the road.
So that is all our stories for this evening. So
terrible. Is that it?
Have we got another one?
Have you got another one?
I thought that was it. I thought we'd.
If not, we can talk about our competition we've got going.
No, talk about the competition.
Okay, we have got a competition in the group page for Parasearch Radio, so get on in now. The lucky winner could win 2 free tickets to Shepton Mallet Prison on the 6th of April. You have to be available, obviously, to attend. You need to like the page, comment your name, and share the post. That's all you need to do to enter. And obviously you've got to be a member of the group page to be able to see the post in the first place. So get in there. It's going to be an amazing location. If you want to know more about Shepton Mallet, we done a show on it on Tuesday, so you can go into the shows and just listen back to the podcast for the Paranormal Concept show. And that will tell you all the information all about the prison, the hangings that were there, the World War II military prison that it was used as. The history just goes way back to 1610, I believe it is. and it was a Napoleonic prison as well.
So it's open to everyone, or
it is open to everyone except staff of Parasearch Radio.
what?
But all the terms and conditions are all on the page in the group page. So go and have a look and win yourself.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, win yourself two free tickets to Shepton Mallet. It's going to be an amazing location, an amazing event.
It's a special treatment. Guest investigators for the evening.
Well, yeah, that's it. You know, I can sign an autograph if you really want me to, because I'm going to be there. I might actually even swing it for the two lucky winners to be alone somewhere and doing their own alone vigil.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I can do that.
Would be super exciting. And it'd be even good if you could do that and that we'd be able to, have that played on one of the shows.
Well, that's it. I mean, I am hoping to do a show after All About Shepton Mallet investigation that we had. So if anything gets captured, that's when it's going to be played.
So that's exciting. So that's the competition we've got going at the moment.
Yes, indeed.
So, if you want to get involved with the competition, you have to go and like the page and then in the group page.
Go to the group page, like the Shepton Mallet event. You got to share it and comment your name.
Okay, so can you share it because it's a closed group?
Yes, you should be able to share it. Yeah. You should be able to share it.
Get on there, get involved, have fun, go to the location, see if you can go and catch something while you're on your own. Once in a lifetime opportunity in regards to that as such. And become one of the guest investigators for the evening.
Yeah, indeed.
So going over what we've spoken about tonight, get in touch, guys. Tell us what you think of the articles we shared. We're always open to hear your fantastic stories that you come across on your travels through the wonderful world of Facebook and online reading. So, yeah, make sure you send them to us if you find it fascinating. Give your opinions as well. We'd love to know what you think. Because me and Paul got one of each. And you can be the other part. Let's get involved.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And after this show tonight, we have got the Dark Mirror show.
Yep.
With Kerry Greenaway and Mark Manley. Do you know what? I haven't got a clue what they're talking about. So, do you know what? I might even be in on the show. I don't know.
Okay. So, do you just on a Friday just turn up and just see what happens?
Yeah, of course I can. I'll just turn up at the studio, knock on the door, and they let me in. That
reminds me of that advert.
What advert?
Yeah, I'm not going to sing it.
Okay.
Open the door and let me in. That one.
No, I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a clue what you're talking about.
Okay.
So to listen to the show, just after this show, just keep refreshing the page, and eventually the Dark Mirror show will be live, and that's at 9 o'clock tonight in 5 minutes' time. Then on Sunday we've got Kerry Greenaway show. What's that? The Spirit Dimension, isn't it? I think something like that.
Yes, it is.
She killed me now.
You are so terrible.
I knew what it was really. I was just winding her up. She knows I like to do that. And then that'd be it for the week. So, and then we're on to a brand new week and lots of brand new subjects. It's going to be awesome.
Brilliant. I'm excited.
Yeah, it is absolutely. So yeah, we've wrapped it up quite nicely and early for a change.
Yeah. So stay involved. Listen to the show. Start your paranormal weekend right with Parasearch UK Radio. Parasearch Radio. It's been a while, Paul.
It has, hasn't it? So on that note, it's good night from me.
Good night from me.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to join us for more shows throughout the week. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and the World Wide Web to keep up to date with all the shows right here on Parasearch Radio.